Scene script. Have you ever heard about a child born from a footprint? Well, today we're going to tell you an incredible Vietnamese legend about such a child. In the time of the 6th Thang Long king, there lived a 60-year-old woman who was yet to experience the joys of motherhood. One day, while tending to her farm, she came across a giant footprint so large that it piqued her curiosity. Compelled by an inexplicable force, she stepped into the footprint. Little did she know this simple act would dramatically change her life forever. Soon after this strange encounter, the woman discovered she was pregnant. Months later, she gave birth to a robust, healthy baby boy whom she named Giong. However, unlike other children, Giong was unique. By the time he was 3 years old, he hadn't uttered a single word, nor had he made any attempts to sit or crawl. All he seemed to do was lay on his back, demanding to be fed. This silent, immobile existence puzzled everyone in the village, raising questions about the peculiar circumstances of his birth. But as the adage goes, still waters run deep, and this couldn't have been truer for Giong. While he might have seemed inactive and indifferent, a storm was brewing within him, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. This moment came sooner than expected. The peaceful country was invaded by ruthless enemies led by a fierce warlord known as An. They left a trail of destruction wherever they went, burning houses and seizing properties. Unable to defeat them, the anxious king sent messengers across the land in search of a capable warrior who could save the kingdom. The news of the king's plea reached Giong's village. His mother, half in jest, suggested that her silent, immobile son should step up and fight the invaders. To everyone's astonishment, Giong responded. He spoke, and his first words were a request to meet the king's messenger. The story takes an unexpected turn when the country is invaded by enemies, leading to an unexpected revelation. In the darkest hours, when the country was on the brink of collapse, a seemingly ordinary child spoke his first words. It was a time of despair. The kingdom was under siege. The ruthless invaders, led by the vicious An king, were laying waste to everything in their path. The king's army had been outmatched and overwhelmed in every encounter. The king, desperate to protect his people, sent emissaries far and wide, seeking a leader who could turn the tide of the war. One day, an emissary arrived in the village where young Giong lived. The entire village gathered to listen to the emissary's plea, including Giong's mother. She held her silent son in her arms and jokingly said, "My darling Giong, when will you rise to fight these invaders?" To her utter disbelief, Giong turned to her and spoke for the first time. "Mother, invite the king's emissary here." The villagers were astounded as word spread of the child's first words. They decided to heed Giong's request and brought the emissary to him. The royal representative, upon seeing the child, asked, "You're just a child who has only just learned to speak. Why have you asked for me?" Giong, with an air of maturity well beyond his years, replied, "Tell the king to forge me an iron horse, an iron sword, an iron suit of armor, and an iron helmet. I will drive away the invaders." The emissary was taken aback. The villagers were stunned into silence. This was no ordinary child. They believed they were witnessing the emergence of a divine warrior. The emissary hurried back to the king, carrying Giong's unusual request. The king, moved by the child's courage and conviction, ordered his blacksmiths to forge the items. The creations were so heavy that dozens of men could not lift them. Yet the king had faith and sent thousands of soldiers to deliver them to Giong. And so, the silent child became the people's only hope against the invaders. The king, astounded by Giong's audacious request, fulfilled it. But what happened next was beyond anyone's wildest imagination. As the king's men arrived, hauling the gigantic iron horse, the sword, the armor, and the helmet, the villagers watched in awe. Among them, a little boy named Giong, who until recently was known for his silence and inactivity, was about to surprise them all. No sooner had Giong laid his eyes on the iron items than an extraordinary transformation took place. The once silent and inactive boy started to grow right before everyone's eyes. He grew taller and stronger, his muscles bulging, his stature imposing. The villagers gasped as they witnessed this unbelievable metamorphosis. Giong, now a giant warrior, fitted himself into the iron armor, donned the helmet, and lifted the massive sword with an ease that left everyone in disbelief. But the transformation didn't end there. Giong developed an insatiable appetite. He started to consume vast quantities of food. His mother and the villagers were astonished as they saw him eat bowls after bowls of rice, plates filled with fruits and vegetables, and drink barrels full of water. His appetite was as boundless as his newfound strength and size. His rapid growth and insatiable hunger became the talk of the village, and word soon spread to the neighboring villages and towns. As the days passed, Giong continued to grow. His size and strength became a symbol of hope for the villagers. They believed that this transformed warrior was their beacon of hope, their savior, who would protect them from the invading enemies. As the iron horse approached the village, everyone held their breath, wondering what would happen next. The anticipation was palpable. Little did they know, the most extraordinary part of Giong's transformation was yet to come. With the arrival of the iron horse, Giong was ready for the epic battle that would decide the fate of his kingdom. His transformation into a giant had prepared him for the momentous task that lay ahead. Armed with his iron horse, iron sword, iron armor, and iron helmet, he was a sight to behold, a beacon of hope for his people. The enemy, led by the fearsome An Vuong, was formidable, but Giong, with his unyielding spirit and indomitable strength, was undeterred. As the battle commenced, Giong charged forth on his iron horse, wielding his iron sword with unmatched prowess. His every move was a testament to his bravery and determination, inspiring his fellow countrymen to fight with renewed vigor. But the enemy was relentless and the battle raged on. Soon Giong's iron arrows were depleted, but did he surrender? No. Showing remarkable ingenuity, Giong turned to the bamboo trees surrounding the battlefield. He uprooted them and used them as arrows, a move that not only astonished everyone, but also turned the tide in their favor. Giong's bamboo arrows rained down on the enemy, causing havoc and disarray in their ranks. His strength was unyielding, his resolve unshakable. The enemy, taken aback by this unexpected turn of events, began to falter. One by one they fell before Giong's might, their once formidable force now a dwindling remnant. With the enemy on the run, Giong pressed on, his determination unwavering. He fought valiantly, his every move a testament to his courage and resilience. His actions were a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration for his people. Finally, the enemy was vanquished. The kingdom was saved, and Giong was hailed as a hero. But then Giong did something that left everyone in awe. After the victorious battle, Giong did not bask in glory, but instead chose a different path. With his mission accomplished, Giong, mounted on his iron steed, headed toward the mountain. His figure, like a majestic monument against the backdrop of the setting sun, etched itself in the hearts of the onlookers. As they watched him ascend the mountain, a sense of awe, mixed with a tinge of sadness, swept over them. Then, in a blink of an eye, Giong vanished. He did not just disappear from sight, but soared into the sky, becoming one with the heavens. The iron horse, the symbol of his strength and courage, carried him upward, leaving the world of mortals behind. This extraordinary departure left the people and the king in stunned silence, their eyes still fixated on the spot where they last saw their hero. In the wake of Giong's departure, a wave of emotions washed over the kingdom. The joy of victory was interwoven with the sorrow of parting. The king, in particular, felt a profound sense of loss. He had not just lost a great warrior, but a beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience, and a testament to the indomitable spirit of his people. Yet, despite his absence, Giong's legacy lived on. His heroic deeds became the subject of songs, stories, and legends, passed down from generation to generation. His name was whispered with reverence, his actions remembered with awe. He became an enduring symbol of bravery and sacrifice, a beacon guiding the Vietnamese people through the darkest of times. Even today, centuries later, the tale of Giong continues to resonate. It serves as a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience inherent in the Vietnamese spirit, inspiring people to face adversity with courage and determination. The legend of Thang Giong serves as a reminder of bravery, sacrifice, and the spirit of the Vietnamese people.
It continues to inspire generations and will do so for years to come.